G'day guys, it's Dave Tran from DT Unboxed. Now recently my parents' house was just burgled, and if this has happened to you before, you'll know it's not a very nice feeling. You feel quite violated. So we decided to look into some DIY alarm systems. And after a little bit of research, I narrowed it down to the Chuango AWV Plus Wi-Fi alarm system. The previous model was actually a 3G system, so if your alarm was triggered, it actually send you a text message to your phone. Now this particular model doesn't work off 3G or cellular, it works off Wi-Fi. So it connects to your home Wi-Fi, and if the alarm gets triggered, you'll receive a push notification. Now I decided on the Wi-Fi model just because there's a bit more longevity in it. The 3G network will be shutting down in 3 or 4 years, according to Telstra, maybe even less. So that will render the old model basically useless in terms of notifying you when your alarm's been set off. So anyway, I bought this from Johnny Appleseed online. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. Now the basic kit comes with the home base, 2 window/door sensors, 720p HD video camera, and a remote control. So that's all you get in the basic kit. But I've had to order some extra accessories from Johnny Appleseed. Altogether, I've spent $640, but with these extra sensors and accessories, I've covered the whole house and made sure that the house is secure. So anyway, I'm gonna open up the base kit. I'm gonna show you what's inside. I'm gonna set it up, connect it to my Wi-Fi system, and then might connect an extra sensor to just show you how that works as well. Okay, so first thing, we got some warning stickers. Not sure they're super legitimate, but stickers, quick start guide, some more warning stickers, warranty card. So this is the home base system. Now this is gonna control all the sensors and be the hub that connects to the Wi-Fi system. That's actually a lot smaller than I thought it'd be. So that's pretty much it. There's a wall mount at the back. And here's our 720p camera. There's actually a base plate here that we can connect to, and I think that can actually be installed onto a wall or a ceiling. So that's a 720p camera. So we've got some wall plugs and screws, some double-sided 3M tape. We have our power for the home hub and the 720p camera. We got our 2 window and door sensors, and we got our remote control and some extra wall plugs there. And that is it. That's everything inside the box. All right, so this is everything that's included in the base kit. So your home hub, power supply, the 720p camera, 2 window/door sensors, a remote control, some wall plugs, and double-sided tape for the camera. All right, so now I'm gonna run you through the setup process. So I've got the hub here. Now we need to put the power in, so you need to take the back plate off. Now there's a switch at the back that says on, so it's very small. Turn that on. And now we should see the home hub flashing blue. Now, what you need to do on your phone beforehand is actually download the app. So there's a Wi-Fi control app and then the IP116 camera app as well, if you want. But the main one's the Wi-Fi control app that will be connecting to this. And we're just gonna follow the prompts fairly straightforward. All right, now we've logged into an account, so we're just gonna need to add the actual device. So we're gonna go on the side and then add the Wi-Fi alarm system, and we're just gonna follow the prompts here. This is gonna walk us through the network configuration. So plug in the adapter, we've already done that. Now, then we need to hit the Wi-Fi button and hold that for 3 seconds until we hear a beep. Okay, so we hear a beep. The indicator light is alternating between blue and red, so we can see that. That's what it's saying here in the setup guide. We go next. Now we're gonna need to go to our phone settings and select the Wi-Fi alarm. network. So there it is there, Wi-Fi alarm network. We're gonna join that. So that is connected, and we will go back to the app. And from here, it's gonna ask for your home Wi-Fi network. So I'm going to connect to my home Wi-Fi network, enter the password. All right, so after a little bit of loading, the hub is successfully set, so it's all good to go, apparently. So it's not showing. I find that if you exit the app and then sign back in, sometimes it will work. Okay, so I've just quit the app, gone back in, and now it's showing there. So right now it's set to home, which is blue, but we can arm by pushing the arm button and it's gonna go red. And we can disarm by pushing disarm, and the light's gonna turn green. So we have our hub set up. Now I'm just gonna test that. Now, straight out of the box, the remote control and the 2 window sensors are connected to the hub, so they should work right away. And you can just test that by taking the remote control. I'll actually take it out of the pack. And let's push the arm button. And now it's red, and it's reflected as well on the app. Now let's disarm that. Now we can actually test the sensors as well. Now this is the door window sensor. So when these 2 bits are together, it's all fine. But as soon as you take it away, you'll see a red light sort of illuminate right there, indicating that the connection has been broken. Now, if I arm this, and if I pull these apart, then the alarm should go off. Now that's a pretty loud alarm, I will have to admit, but in the scheme of things, it's not that loud. So indoors, it's gonna be heard. It's probably not gonna be heard by the neighbors or anything. So that is why it's probably a good idea to order some extra strobes and sirens. So I've gotten these extra strobes. I've got 2 extra strobes. I've got 3 motion sensors. I got 2 extra door window sensors, and I got 2 extra remotes. So as I mentioned at the start of this video, this all cost $640. But anyway, let's jump to the camera and let's set that up to see how this functions. All right, so I got the power plugged in for the camera, and now I just need to add the device to the Wi-Fi control app. So we're gonna go into the menu on the side, we're gonna add a device, and then we're gonna add the HD Wi-Fi camera. Now you just got to follow the prompts again. So plug in the power adapter, yep. Press the reset button until it beeps and red light starts to flash. All right, so in the kit, you'll see a little pin similar to the iPhone SIM card pin. So it's a little paperclip looking thing. Now we've got to put the reset button, which is on the side. There's a small hole. Push that until it beeps and a red light starts to flash. So we have a red light now on the camera. Click next, press Wi-Fi lists, and you'll be taken to the Wi-Fi settings. So we basically need to do the exact same thing we did for the hub, which is connect to the Wi-Fi. So it says Wi-Fi cam, and then we'll go back to the settings, and you'll need to enter your Wi-Fi network. And then wait for that to connect. Now again, if you have any troubles connecting and the app freezes for whatever reason, I found that if you just close the app and then restart it, sometimes it will be fine and the device will have paired. But we're all good to go now. So it says start, the camera will set up successfully. So now if you want to see what's going on with the camera, or what's going on at home, you just go into the settings, you go HD Wi-Fi camera, you push play, and now this is a live stream of what's going on. So you can see exactly what's going on in your room with the camera. And this is actually has a 2-way speaker as well. So if you want to talk to someone who's home, you can push the microphone button. So you got to hold it. Hello. And you see that delay. There was a bit of a delay there. I'll turn off the sound here, but yeah, you can speak and there's an inbuilt speaker in the camera so you can talk to whoever's stealing your stuff. But you can also talk to people who are at home as well. So that's a handy system to see what's going on at home. Now there's actually a micro SD card slot on the side. So I believe that is for recording video. It doesn't come with an SD card, so you will have to supply your own. Now this is a micro SD, not a normal SD card. And I'm not exactly sure how long it will record, but I do believe it'll just keep rewriting itself, just like a dash cam sort of does. So there you have it. That's everything for the base kit. It's now connected to my Wi-Fi network. All right, so now I'm going to teach you how to connect the additional add-ons to the home hub. Now I would highly suggest getting one of these extra sirens because the hub itself, it's loud when you're this close to it, but probably not going to scare anyone away if they're probably 20 meters or whatever from it. So now these strobe sirens apparently go up to 90 decibels, so that's very, very loud. You can get the larger one, which is actually goes to 105 decibels, but I decided to get 2 of these instead and put them in different parts of the house. So this strobe siren, it needs to be plugged into the walls. All the other sensors run off batteries. They're all wireless, like the remote control, the window door sensor, and the motion detector. So they're all powered by batteries, but the strobe is powered by a power plug at the back. So be wary of that. So I'm just going to quickly connect this to a power point and then I'll connect it to the hub. Now to connect the strobe siren, you don't actually need to use the app at all. The hub needs to be on. You need to connect the siren to the power point. Now you need to push the button on the strobe siren for half a second and it'll beep and then it'll start flashing. Now once it starts flashing, you need to then push the arm button onto your hub. And once you push the arm button, the two should connect and the strobe siren will make a beep. So you don't actually need to use the app for that. It should automatically connect and sense what's going on. All right, so that's how to install the siren alarm. Now I'll quickly show you how to add the extra accessories. So I've got a motion sensor here. I'll just quickly open this up. Now again, this is another wireless one. So this runs off batteries. So you will need to replace it after I think a year, but could be wrong there. You might need to double check and just constantly just make sure these sensors are working, test them every couple of months or so. To add it to the hub, we'll need to go to the settings up here, the 3 dots on the right. We're gonna go to settings and then accessory settings. And this is gonna show all the detectors, all the sensors that are connected to the hub. So we're gonna add one. It says, please trigger the accessory. So I'm just going to wave my hand around it and that automatically shows up. So we have detector 3 and you can just name that whatever you want. So I'm just gonna call this motion 1. Okay, done. So now this is successfully connected to the hub. And if I arm my alarm and then wave my hand, then we should get that going off. We should get the strobe siren going off and we're all set up. So system's armed. So anyway, I'm a little bit deaf now, but it definitely worked. So there you have it, guys. There's the Chuango Wi-Fi alarm system. I bought everything here for $640. The link is in the description below. Just a recap of all the sensors I got for that price, because you can buy packages at other stores, but I think it was a bit easier on Johnny Appleseed because I could just pick and choose what I wanted. So I got 2 of these strobe sirens. I got 3 motion detectors. I got 2 extra door and window sensors, but there's 2 already included in this set. I got a 720p HD camera that shoots a live stream. I got 2 extra remotes, as well as the remote that's included in the set, and of course the hub, which connects all the devices and is home based basically. So I've had the alarm system set up for a couple of weeks now, so I've had a bit of time to get to know it, and I thought I'd just run through a couple of tips and things to look out for. Firstly, if you've bought the motion detector as well and you're trying to set that up and test it out, then you should know that the motion detector actually has a power saving function. So if it gets triggered twice within the space of 3 minutes, then it'll just turn itself off to save power. And this function just sort of works because if you're at home, you're going to be moving back and forth anyway, and the motion detector doesn't really want to be working the whole time, picking you up, moving back and forth, but in your house. So if you're trying to set up your motion detector and test it out, then what you do is turn on the alarm and leave the room or leave the house for a good 5 minutes. So basically no movement in front of that motion detector, and then you can try to trigger it by walking in front of it and it should work. Otherwise you might just think it's broken because you're testing it twice within a short time span and you're like, why isn't it working? And well, it's because it's in power saving mode. The second thing to consider is that the HD camera, when you're trying to access it on the app and you're trying to get a live stream, sometimes the app can be a bit buggy and it will have problems connecting. But what I do is I'll just do a hard exit of the app. So, a double tap or a swipe up of the app on iOS and go back in and try it again. And usually just this does the job. The other thing to consider is with the HD camera, if you're trying to put in an SD card, do not put the SD card in whilst the camera is on, otherwise it just won't work. So you're going to turn off the camera first and then put in the SD card and then plug it back in and it will boot up. And through the app, you can see the history of what's been recorded. And of course, it will just override itself over time, depending on how much space you got is how much footage you'll actually get. I put a 32 gigabyte card in the camera. That's actually the maximum it can go. So be wary of that. I don't think it supports anything above 32 gigs. But other than that, you should be good to go. The push notifications work really well. All the alarm triggers work really well. It's a good system. I would highly recommend though that you do get those extra sirens, as the base unit itself won't be loud enough to deter anyone from entering your house. So I'd get some extra sirens. The ones I purchased, the smaller ones that go 90 dB, it's fairly loud, but if you want to go even louder, then there's the bigger siren that goes to 105 decibels, I believe. So I hope you've enjoyed this video for the Chuango DIY alarm system. If you have any questions about this, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love it if you could hit that subscribe button. Please let me know your thoughts, comments, and questions, and I'll see you guys next time on DT Unboxed. Cheers.